The 2026 Lexus IS 350 all-wheel drive F Sport, which you see here, has no business feeling this interesting in 2026 because on paper, this car should feel old. It's not brand new, it's actually a carryover from last year. It's not the fastest sports sedan in the class. It doesn't have some giant futuristic interior, and this all-wheel drive version still uses a 6-speed automatic transmission. Yes, 6 speeds in 2026. But here's the weird part. After spending time with it, I get a full week, I don't think this car feels outdated in the way that you might expect. I think it feels old school in a way a lot of new cars have completely forgotten how to be. And by the end of this video, I'll tell you what surprised me most, what still feels dated, and whether it actually daily drive this vehicle in 2026. And just so we're clear, right up front, this press vehicle footage you're watching is the all-wheel drive F Sport IS 350. So when I talk about the V6, the all-wheel drive system, the F Sport feel, and how this car drives in the real world, this is the exact version I'm talking about. Now, before we get into it, subscribe to Dave Drives if you want real-world driving impressions without the brochure nonsense. And before you buy your next vehicle, new or used, check out quotes.everymandriver.com to compare prices in your zip code from qualified dealerships. There's also a link below. Now, let's talk about this Lexus. There's a lot of new cars today that feel like they're trying way too hard. You know what I mean? Huge screens, tiny engines, fake exhaust noise, drive modes for every possible mood swing. And then there's the IS 350, a compact luxury sports sedan with a naturally aspirated V6, all-wheel drive as mentioned, a normal driving position, and a personality that feels refreshingly simple. This car isn't trying to reinvent the sports sedan. It doesn't have to. It's not trying to out-tech a Mercedes. It's not trying to out-corner a BMW. And it's not trying to scream for attention everywhere it goes. And honestly, that might be why I like it. The IS has been around for a while. This is still part of the third generation IS family, and you can feel that immediately. Some of that is good, some of it's not so good. The good part is that it still feels like a real compact luxury sports sedan. You sit low, the steering wheel has weight, the car feels solid, the proportions also feel right. And under the hood, you still get that 3.5 liter V6 making 311 horsepower, so over 300. That alone makes this car feel different from so many modern luxury vehicles that have moved to smaller turbocharged engines. You probably know which ones I'm talking about. There's no lag here. There's no weird hybrid handoff, no buzzy little four-cylinder pretending to be more exciting than it really is. You press the throttle, the V6 responds, and the power builds in a smooth, natural way. Is it brutally fast? No. Is it going to embarrass a BMW M? Not at all, but that's not really what this car is about. This is not the wild choice. It's the mature choice. Maybe that fits your personality and age group. And that's what surprised me, I think, the most. This vehicle doesn't feel like it's trying to prove something every second you drive it. It just feels calm, confident, premium, and honest. The ride quality is probably the biggest win here. Even with the S Sport look and attitude, this Lexus doesn't beat you up. It's fun to drive. It's easy to drive. It feels controlled, not harsh, sporty, but not desperate. And I think that matters because not everyone buying a sports sedan wants something that feels like it's one sneeze away from sending you into the ditch. The steering feels nicely weighted. The chassis also balanced. That all-wheel drive system adds confidence, especially if you live somewhere with rain, snow, cold mornings, hills, or sketchy pavement. This is the kind of car that can make a normal drive feel a lot better. Not just a canyon road, not just a freeway on-ramp, a normal drive. Even at 35 miles per hour, it still feels good. I think that's where a lot of modern cars miss the point. They chase huge numbers, huge screens, big horsepower numbers, but then you drive them to the grocery store and they feel disconnected, overcomplicated, or kind of numb. This Lexus does not feel numb. It feels mechanical in a good way, familiar. It feels like a car that's built for someone who still enjoys driving, but doesn't need every trip to feel like a track day. Now, the not so good part for balance here. The interior is nice, but it doesn't feel like the newest cabin in the segment. A little cramped actually for my legs and my feel, but overall, the materials feel good. The front seats are supportive. The driving position does work. You will notice your legs bumping into the middle though. And Lexus still knows how to make the stuff you touch feel expensive. But some buyers are going to sit here and think, oh, okay, it's nice, but it doesn't exactly scream 2026. I get it. And the back seats are also tight, even for booster seats for my kids. That's probably the biggest real-world issue with this car. You're mostly driving solo or with one passenger, no problem. But if you carry kids in the back like I do, or adults, car seats, sports bags, real family stuff, you need to test that second row for yourself before you fall in love with the badge. Same with the trunk. It works, it's usable, but not magnificent. Remember, this is not secretly a crossover. It's a compact sports sedan, and it asks you to accept compact sports sedan compromises. All right, let's talk about the transmission. The all-wheel drive version uses a 6-speed automatic. Yep, it's old, sounds old, it is old. If you're expecting lightning-fast shifts or some super modern performance feel, this is not that. But you do have different driving modes. But in normal driving, it's smooth. It fits the personality of the car. It doesn't make the IS feel cutting edge, but it does make it feel relaxed and predictable. And that's kind of the whole theme here. For some reason, Lexus is not trying to make this the newest thing. It's trying to be the kind of thing that still feels good after the newness wears off. So where do I land on it? Well, the one I have here, that's my press car, the 350 all-wheel drive F Sport. Again, not the newest, not the fastest, not the roomiest or most advanced sports sedan you can buy, but it might be one of the easiest you can trust. It feels solid, smooth, premium, and in a world where a lot of cars are just getting more complicated, more digital, more disconnected, there's something refreshing about a V6 sports sedan that just gets in and does the job. Would I daily drive it? Yep, I would, but for the right reasons, not because I need the latest tech toy, and not because I need big back seats. I do, but I wouldn't use that car for it. And not because I'm trying to win a spec sheet argument online or with my buddy down the street. I daily drive it because it feels calm, confident, comfortable, and just sporty enough to make a normal drive feel a little bit more special. That's the sweet spot for this car. It's for someone who wants luxury, all-weather confidence, Lexus quality, and a little old-school driving character without going full performance car drama. It's not perfect, no car really is. It's not young, but it still has something a lot of newer cars are missing, and that is a soul. Before you buy one, check out the link below and compare prices in your area before you get one. Know what you want, know how much it costs before going in. And if you don't find what you're looking for in your zip code, change the numbers around. The better deal might be one town over. All right, let me know in the comments. Would you still buy a traditional V6 sports sedan like this? Or are you already looking at SUVs, hybrids, and EVs instead? Love to hear your thoughts. Until next time, I'm Dave. Thanks for watching. Adios.